All right, guys, let's dive into some wild stories about famous soccer players and the crazy things they've bought. We're talking about big names like Sergio Ramos, Antoine Griezmann, Neymar, Karim Benzema, Thierry Henry, Leo Messi, Aguero, and Lukaku. These stars don't just score goals on the field, they also score some seriously insane stuff with their millions. From super fast electric bikes and fancy necklaces to private jets and giant fish tanks, these players know how to live it up. So buckle up and let's check out what these soccer legends are spending their cash on. All right, let's talk about Sergio Ramos and what he did for Euro 2020. People were joking about Ramos not being as good as he used to be, but he still wanted to show his love for his team, Spain.
Vuelve a animar para buscar posición de remate. La pone Marcelo, segundo palo, el remate de Bale. ¡Ramos!
So guess what he did? He went out and bought a super cool electric bike for $10,000. And hey, this isn't just any regular bike, this one's special. The bike we're talking about is the Grapey G12S, and it's pretty much the coolest electric bike out there. It's not like the kind of bike you'd ride to a friend's house. This one can go up to 43 miles per hour. Imagine zooming down the street on that. It's like the fancy high-tech version of a bike, packed with all sorts of cool features. So Ramos wasn't just sitting around. He decided to get this amazing bike and show everyone that he's still all about supporting his team and having fun. It's like he was saying, I might not be playing, but I'm still part of the game. Buying that bike was his way of staying connected and showing his support and style. That's the thing about sports stars like Sergio Ramos. They find cool ways to stay in the game, even when they're not on the field. Getting that bike was about more than just riding around. It was about being a part of something bigger and showing his team's spirit in a unique way. Plus, who wouldn't want to cruise around on a bike that fast and fancy? It's like having a little bit of the sports world with you wherever you go.
Bueno, yo creo que es algo que le crea mucha curiosidad a todo el mundo, pero al final somos jugadores que tenemos el mismo objetivo, que es querer ganar con el Paris Saint-Germain.
All right, let's talk about something wild Antoine Griezmann did. You know, back in 2018, Griezmann was rocking the football world. He was playing so well and everyone was watching him.
McGregor only as far as Griezmann deflected! And it's the quick start that Celtic feared from Atletico Madrid.
So after scoring a super goal in a game against Arsenal, he decided to do something funny to tease their fans.
Griezmann ready to strike. Griezmann goal. France leads.
He did a dance from Fortnite, a really popular video game. It's like when you score in a video game and do a victory dance. That's what Griezmann did on the field. But here's where it gets even crazier. Griezmann's dance became super famous, like all over the internet. So he thought, I gotta make this moment last forever. He called up his jewelry maker and spent $20,000 on this amazing necklace. The necklace had a black diamond, really shiny and fancy, and it had his favorite Fortnite character on it doing the dance. Imagine wearing a necklace that shows off your favorite game and dance. That's what Griezmann did. Now, $20,000 might sound like a lot, but for these big football stars, it's not that much. Some of them have even spent like $10 million on stuff. Let's talk about Neymar for a sec. In 2020, when everyone was staying home because of COVID, Neymar was looking for a new hobby. He's usually out there on the field, maybe even pretending to be hurt sometimes to get a penalty. But with no games, he needed something else to do. So Neymar went and bought something really wild. We don't know exactly what it was, but it sounds like it was something a bit dangerous. Maybe it was something fast like a sports car or something for a wild adventure. Whatever it was, Neymar was ready to try something new and exciting while waiting to get back to football. That's how these players keep life interesting. They find new things to do, even when they can't play their usual game. All right, let's talk about Neymar, a huge star in the football world. When he couldn't play football because of the COVID stuff, he decided to try something new. He became a gamer on Twitch, which is like a website where you can watch people play video games.
Como que sai cara? Porque a gente voltou.
Neymar started playing this game called CS:GO, and guess what? He was really good at it. His gaming videos got more than 1 million views. That's a lot of people watching. Neymar loves being the center of attention. When he played games on Twitch, over 100,000 people would watch him. He didn't want his game character to look boring, so he spent a bunch of money to make it look cool. We found out from a super big fan of his that Neymar spent around $40,000 on game stuff like skins, which are like outfits and designs for his character. That's a lot of money just for a video game.
Ref, I'm coming.
Yes, let's take the car and leave here. Before the people come... Wait, Ninja, come here. Come here, Ninja. No.
But wait, there's more. Let's talk about Karim Benzema, another big name in football. Back in 2014, he was doing great playing for Real Madrid. The team gave him a big contract worth $45 million.
La gente, con el ambiente, con el estadio, es muchas cosas con el sacrificio, con todo.
Benzema likes to spend big on fancy houses and cars, but after getting this huge contract, he bought something really rare and special. We don't know exactly what it was, but it was a big deal. Benzema loves living large, and his rare purchase shows that. He's not just about football, he's into having cool stuff too. It's like these football stars, Neymar, Benzema, and others. They're not just players on the field. They like to have fun and make life exciting with cool hobbies and big buys.
L'honneur déjà, c'est un honneur pour moi parce que cette émission, ça fait quand même... J'étais gamin et je la regardais, donc non.
It's pretty awesome to see what they do off the field too. Now let's talk about Thierry Henry. This guy had a mansion worth $8 million, but he thought, nah, that's not enough. So he started planning to build something even fancier. He wanted to add a giant fish tank to his house. This wasn't just any fish tank. It was 40 feet tall and could hold 5,000 gallons of water and more than 300 fish. His neighbors were not happy about this. They thought it was too much and even tried to stop him from building it. But Henry went ahead with his plans anyway. These football stars like Benzema and Henry, they don't just play football. They live life in a big way, spending lots of money on things most of us can only dream of. It's crazy to think about how much they can spend on stuff like diamond soccer balls and giant fish tanks. But hey, it's their money, and they sure know how to make a splash with it. All right, let's chat about some wild stuff that happened with famous soccer players, Messi and Aguero. First up, Messi. In 2021, he had to leave his longtime soccer club, Barcelona, because of some new rules. It was a big deal, and Messi was really sad about it. He even cried during a press conference, and his wife gave him a tissue.
En lo deportivo como en lo cotidiano, que es maravillosa. Pero bueno,
Now Messi, he really went all out. In 2017, after becoming the highest paid soccer player, Messi decided to treat himself big time. He bought a private jet for $15 million. It's super fancy, with his family's names on the steps and his famous number 10 on the tail. Inside there's a kitchen, 16 seats, and even 2 bathrooms. But here's the funny part. His fans are so into Messi that they tracked his plane to see where he was going when he left Barcelona. They knew he was heading to Paris before it was even announced. Now, here's where it gets weird. A huge fan of Messi was at the conference and saw the used tissue. He thought, I've got to have Messi's tissue. So he grabbed it from the trash. Can you believe that? He then put it up for auction and said it had Messi's DNA on it. He wanted to sell it for $1 million, thinking someone could clone Messi from it. That's just crazy.
De esto cuando tomamos la decisión con mi familia, ¿no? De poder...
Next, let's talk about Aguero. Back in 2014, he signed a big contract with Manchester City for $40 million. One night, Aguero decided to celebrate big time. He got really drunk and ended up buying a super expensive car for over $1 million. But guess what? He never even drove it. Imagine spending all that money on a dream car and then just leaving it parked. That's like buying the coolest toy and never playing with it. Then there's Lukaku. Back in 2017, after a great season, he moved to Manchester United and got a huge $88 million deal. What did he do with some of that cash? He bought a massive mansion in Manchester for over $30 million. But Lukaku didn't just get it to show off. He and his buddy Pogba had a secret project going on, and this mansion was part of it. So these soccer stars, they don't just play big on the field, they spend big too. From crazy expensive watches and private jets to luxurious mansions, they know how to live it up with their millions. It's like they're in a whole other world when it comes to spending money. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content.